Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Take Five. I just now noticed my hair. Oh my goodness. But I really appreciate you looking at this episode today, as you do every day. And we are in Exodus chapter 9. Hopefully, this web page will settle down here a little bit. Then, verse 1 Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh and say to him, This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says: Let my people go so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go and continue to hold them back, the hand of the Lord will bring a terrible plague on your livestock in the field, on your horses, donkeys, and camels, and on your cattle, sheep, and goats. But the Lord will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and that of Egypt, so that no animal belonging to the Israelites will die. And you see, this now is becoming a theme. God's going to deal with the Egyptians this way, and he's going to deal with his people this way. He's going to curse the Egyptians. He's going to bless and protect his people. Verse 5, the Lord set a time and said, Tomorrow the Lord will do this in the land. So they've got warning, and yet they don't listen. Verse 6, and the next day the Lord did it. All the livestock of the Egyptians died, but not one animal belonging to the Israelites died. Pharaoh investigated and found that not even one of the animals of the Israelites had died. Yet his heart was unyielding, and he would not let the people go. So you see, all their livestock died. Can you imagine what that did to their economy? All of it. I mean, the livestock they used to eat, they used to work, and so their economy now basically is destroyed. Verse 8, Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, Take handfuls of soot from a furnace and have Moses toss it into the air in the presence of Pharaoh. It will become fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and festering boils will break out on people and animals throughout the land. So they took soot from a furnace and stood before Pharaoh. Moses tossed it into the air, and festering boils broke out on people and animals. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils that were on them and on all the Egyptians. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord had said to Moses. So first he kills the livestock. Now you've got boils all over the people, and it's just nasty, gross sores, very painful. Verse 13, Then the Lord said to Moses, Get up early in the morning, confront Pharaoh, and say to him, This is what the Lord, of the God of the Hebrews, says: Let my people go so that they may worship me. For this time I will send the full force of my plagues against you and against your officials and your people, so you may know there is no one like me in all the earth. For by now I could have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with a plague that would have wiped you off the earth. But I have raised you up for this very purpose, that I might show you my power and that my name might be proclaimed in all the earth. So God is telling Moses to tell Pharaoh, look, I could have wiped you out, but I want you to see my power. So that's why I've left you around a while. So sometimes God allows certain nations to stick around because he wants to show them his power. You wonder sometimes maybe like why North Korea is around or why ISIS continues to exist. Well, perhaps God has purposes for them we don't see. But here, God reveals that this is his purpose for Egypt. He wants to show them his power. You will set yourself against my people and will not let them go. Therefore, at this time tomorrow, I will send the worst hailstorm that has ever fallen on Egypt from the day it was founded till now. Give an order now to bring your livestock. So apparently they went and got some of the Egyptians' livestock, the Israelites, because theirs was all wiped out, remember? Bring your livestock and everything you have in the field to a place of shelter, because the hail will fall on every person and animal that has not been brought in and is still out in the field, and they will die. Those officials of Pharaoh who feared the word of the Lord hurried to bring their slaves and their livestock inside. So some of Pharaoh's guys are listening now. They're not going along with their boss, who's really prideful. But those who ignored the word of the Lord left their slaves and livestock in the field. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand toward the sky so that hail will fall all over Egypt. When Moses stretched out his staff toward the sky, the Lord sent thunder and hail, and lightning flashed down to the ground. So the Lord rained hail on the land of Egypt. Hail fell, and lightning flashed back and forth. It was the worst storm in all the land of Egypt since it had become a nation. Throughout Egypt, hail struck everything in the fields, both people and animals, It beat down everything growing in the fields and stripped every tree. The only place it did not hail was the land of Goshen, where the Israelites were. And I hate it. I'm getting really exciting, but we got to leave right now because this program is called Take 5. Okay, we're going to learn more, though, about what the results of the plague of hail tomorrow on the next edition of Take 5. And early happy Thanksgiving. See you tomorrow.